We all know the famous quote from The Wizard of Oz, "There's no place like home." Home evokes powerful feelings of belonging, safety, and contentment. A home is where love resides, memories are created, friends always belong, and laughter never ends. On April 15, 2019, Mitch Ritchie entered the home at 73 West Wills in Muncie, Indiana, located in Delaware County, owned by victim Duff Evans. Video footage has shown the defendant breaking into the home. Mr. Ritchie has even admitted to police on May 13, 2019, that he had entered the residence. He admitted to not only breaking in, but placing belongings such as clothes and a stuffed animal into the crawl space, along with a lit candle. Based on his story, he is believed to have started the fire where the home soon became engulfed in flames. However, unlike the defendant had stated, firefighters recovered 2 digital scales, coffee filters, empty Sudafed packages, drain cleaner, car batteries, nail polish remover, brake fluid, and road flares from the crawl space. These items are common in the use of creating the illegal substance of methamphetamine. It is the belief of the state that Mr. Ritchie was also seen igniting 2 additional fires later in the evening on the 15th. We ask you, why would you do that if you weren't reckless? Why would you need to cover up your first fire if you didn't think what you had done was a crime? I suggest to you that he knows it was a crime and shows consciousness of guilt by trying to cover it up. Mr. Ritchie recklessly created a home meth lab through the shake and bake method. This ultimately ended in the combustion of the lab, which then resulted in the burning of the home. In order to cover the fact that he was partaking in illegal activities, by not only creating meth, but burning the home, he set 2 additional fires in order for it to look like there was a serial arsonist in the area. The defense is going to tell you that it wasn't Mr. Ritchie that set the fire. They are going to offer an alternative suspect for you to consider. Their entire job is for you to question the credibility of the prosecution and whether or not Mr. Ritchie did in fact commit these crimes. They are going to try to convince you that the crime was in fact committed by Wayne Smith. The idea of an alternative suspect is meant to create doubt, which is necessary to render a verdict of not guilty for their client. We all love a good drama. Being told that there is an alternative suspect gives us all the exhilarating rush that something new is going to be uncovered. Unfortunately, this is not that story. Mitch Ritchie started the fire. Several pieces of key evidence point to Mr. Ritchie as the arsonist and producer of methamphetamine in this case. The state has built their case against Mr. Ritchie based on several different pieces of key evidence. Throughout the trial, you'll be introduced to video footage from the night of the fire located at 73 West Wills. While brought in for questioning, the officers noticed that Mr. Ritchie had treated burn marks on his forearm. The state also has the confession of the defendant that he broke into the home and placed a lit candle along with other items into the crawl space. However, the fire department found materials that are common in the production of methamphetamine. Amazon purchases for the items found in the crawl space that were used to create the meth were found on the defendant's laptop, along with a search history containing questions such as essentials to make meth and how to help burn wounds. A salt-like residue was also found at the scene of the initial fire. This type of residue is common in the aftermath of meth labs. It's like the game Clue. You need the person with the weapon and the location. Well, we have Mr. Ritchie admitting to breaking and entering into the home located at 73 West Wills in Muncie, Indiana. At the very least, he has admitted to placing a lit candle in the small space with clothing. At most, there is evidence that he was creating meth, which resulted in the combustion of the chemicals, leaving him with burns and causing the home to catch on fire. In the end, it comes down to the fact that Mr. Ritchie admitted to entering the home and partaking in activities that could result in the burning of the home, which in fact is what happened. There is no question that the defendant was present prior to the fire. Whether it was caused by a candle and clothing, like he claims, or if it were by him partaking in the creation of methamphetamine, it is for you to decide. We ask you to consider all the evidence which points to Mr. Ritchie setting the home located at 73 West Wills on fire due to his failed meth lab.